Okay, we're going to talk about Optimum Dark Roast and Optimum Cocoa. Valentis has been in the coffee business for many years now and has really established itself. We aren't a coffee company. Valentis is a company about direct opportunity. Everything you've been hearing this weekend, building residual income, building a network, building friends, creating a business opportunity, and coffee is the tool, and coffee is the catalyst, and coffee evolves, and Valentis Coffee has evolved from when you first had the experience with the original slim roast, the Italian and the Brazilian. They had active ingredients, and people experienced weight loss. Did the weight loss, oh, thanks. Did the weight loss stay off? Did it come back? Is it a challenge? Thank you. Ah, pure vodka.
I'll have to buy some coffee.
Look at this. My pants keep falling off. The dang coffee. I'm not kidding. It's all wrinkled up and everything. Look at that. You're buying me a new suit. I'm not wasting $122 for no reason at all at Walmart. Sorry. That's a brand promise. Crush cravings, increase energy, metabolize fat into energy, optimize mood. I narrow it down, I talk about the coffee. Mood, appetite, and energy. If you're happy and you know it, drink your coffee, right? When you get in a good mood, when your synaptic nerves, when your brain gets satiety nutrients, your mood changes, your desires change, your goals changes, your reasons change. The biggest problem in weight loss is our brain is fighting our program. I keep saying no to all the extra foods and all the extra carbs and the cheesecakes and the pizzas and the stuff, and I don't want to supersize the fries, and I shouldn't take the fries in the first place, and I really don't want to take the bun off and just eat the meat and the salad, but there's so many hormones in the meat. My 12-year-old's got boobs bigger than crack, so it's really hard to live in this environment. Sorry. It's true, though. So that brain, so goes the head, so goes the body. The divers over on the Australian coast show us. Wherever their head goes, that's where the body goes. Same thing happens in nutrition. When we eat opiate-forming foods, those beefs, those hormone-laden foods, those high-carbohydrate, high-sugar, complex glyconutrient foods, they reward our brain with neuroopiates. These opiates are created by our hormones, and it makes our brain say, wow, that was great. I want more of that. And if we were prehistoric man, it would be okay because it sends us a message, go eat more of those strawberries, go eat more of those pineapples, and the sour stuff, stay away from. And so that's how we are designed, is to seek those neurological rewards. In today's modern society, we are getting overloaded with those rewards, and every time we eat something, it turns a trigger and says, that's a reward, do that again. What else does that? Drugs. We heard about the opiate crisis in America, and everybody's seeing it. That was a good thing. Do more, do more, do more. And then you have San Francisco, which is not good. They've got people all over the place, just on tilt, completely addicted, walking around like zombies. It's really bad. This will help that. I can't say this will reverse this because it does the same thing without the drugs, and all we need to do is take 3 cups a day and get off the drugs and then walk through them, but we're not going to do that because we don't have a program like that. So, remember, these statements are not intended to cure, treat, diagnose any disease. Mood, appetite, and energy is really important, and you can get there many ways. There's a thing called stacking. Stacking is, in science, 1 + 1 = 3. In math, 1 + 1 = 2. How does it 1 + 1 = 3? If I have a gallon of black paint and I have a gallon of white paint, and when I mix them together, I have 2 gallons of gray paint. So you write down 2 gallons of gray paint. Then you break it apart in a computer, and I still have a gallon of white paint. I still have a gallon of black paint. I have 3 things on my report because they still exist. In science, you stack. You put together nutrients, you put together caffeines, energies, amino acids, proteins, polyphenols. You put together these nutrients, and 1 + 1 = 3, but 3 × 3 = 64. In science, not in math. It gets out of hand. That's why people are feeling so many different things and responding to so many different things. And weight loss is not the intention, it is a side effect. Why is weight loss a side effect? The brain thinks you just ate a Big Mac, large order of fries, chocolate shake, and a super jumbo Coke. But you didn't. But it gave you that opiate satiety, that instant bang, that instant rush, that thinks that you had that, and then you don't have an appetite. For all of us, that is the partner that when we open that refrigerator, I'm just not interested. They did a study on rats, and they did blood sugar studies just by putting a little glass window between the rats, and they got them pretty addicted to sugar cubes. And then they let the rat in, and they took a little blood test, and they knew where his blood sugar level was, and they put the sugar cubes on the other side of the glass, and he's sitting there trying to get through the glass like Dave trying to get into a casino. Let me in there! I'll kill you! John, now Dave. Got to calm down. I can't do a good John. Very balanced you are, though. So that rat goes nuts trying to get at that. They test their blood sugar. His blood sugar has gone way up. How did the rat's blood sugar go way up? Just by seeing it. It's an opiate response. It liberates the sugar in the body, and his fat cells, increases his blood sugar, so it sends an opiate message through dopamine receptor sites to say, go get that. And it happens like that. Every time we see a temptation, we want to jump at that temptation. If you remove that temptation, you remove obesity, you remove heart conditions, cardiovascular conditions, and the other disease states that happen with being overweight, and you live a longer, healthier, happier life, and your feet don't hurt. So it really does make a difference. So with that in mind, we put ingredients in there to stack them. Before we jump into these ingredients, we put some ingredients that were fine, and the industry was using in the muscle building and the weightlifter guys and the bodybuilders. PEA, phenylethylamine, not BMPEA, beta-methylphenylalanine, just beta-alanine, right? So not the methyl group. That occurs in chocolate. It is a nutrient that is legal and approved and allowed in the United States. There are about 17 other countries that recognize that ingredient and say, yeah, that's fine. It occurs abundantly in chocolate. How many people have had chocolate? And when you eat chocolate, we've all heard about serotonin. We've heard about the opiate endorphins that are created from eating chocolate, the feel-good food. And PEA is one of those partners. We still have it today. It's the second one. It's an amino acid. It's also an appetite suppression because it sends satiety. DL is the natural form. L is the synthetic form. So we use this natural form of PEA. But some people, if you're going to get a blood test or you're going to get a urine test, you could get a false positive because the last part of that word is amine. It has an amine. And therefore, it's a little 14-cent test, says amine. And then the drug guy goes, oh, that must be methamphetamine. So you're fired. So, no, you have to do, and the law states, and there's a whole thing, I think we have it, we published it. The reaction is, no, you have to do a confirmatory test to show that it's the chocolate compound and not methamphetamine, Mom, with your 3 soccer kids. You're not a meth addict. So these kinds of challenges in testing occur. So here's the $1 million thing. Another ingredient that we had in the original Optimum was called 2-amino-5-methylheptane. You guys have seen that. It's also referred to as Jugulin's regia extract. It's a oak tree. It's the bark, right? There's another compound called 2-amino-6-methylheptane. They're both the same sounding things. That's like saying planet Earth and planet Moon are exactly the same. But when you stand way back, they're so close together they must be the same. One's inhabitable, one's not. 2-amino-6 is called octadrene. 2-amino-6 was a drug. 2-amino-6 isn't banned, but the government has it on a watch list. And on April 20th, they sent out letters that said, hey, we don't want 2-amino-6. And by the way, 2-amino-5 is close enough, we'll throw that in there. Well, you can't do that. Both of those molecules have two different CAS numbers, CAS. It's like a social security number for a molecule. They are different things. 2-amino-6, octadrene, has 3 times the vasoconstriction power than the 2-amino-5. We had the 2-amino-5. We knew it had vasoconstrictive potential, very light, which is why we put vaso-6 in there, to have a vasodilation reaction. That's why you're getting the performance you get on the coffee. In April 20th, the FDA said, we're going to send out letters and we're going to start attacking this. But you haven't banned it, you haven't moved it off the market. I sent you, and many other companies sent you documents that it occurs in red meat. It occurs in nature. We can use it in nature. It occurs in coffee beans. It occurs in grape skin, meat, and seeds. It occurs naturally in the saliva of a mammal, a bat. We don't eat bats. The idea is, if we can prove that this compound is naturally occurring in nature and comes from a botanical potential, we can extract it, we can synthesize it, we can create it, we can use it. So we don't have to fill out a new dietary ingredient application for 400 grams or more. And we don't have to worry about DSHEA, the Dietary Supplement Health Education Act of 1994, where we have to say, since it wasn't on the market before 1994, it's a new dietary ingredient. If we can show that it has occurred in nature from the creation of humanity, we can use it as a supplement. And the government's arguing, and they have some good points, but they just want you to fill out the programs. So we are doing those studies. We are going to get that nutrient passed. We are going to continue to fight the battle. We're going to pay the money that it costs to do the study. And we've already hired the best law firm in the United States. So we can see a pathway to use that ingredient in the future. But this gave us an opportunity to look at our formula, look at our destiny, understand why our product works, and take advantage of this as a growth opportunity. So it actually helped us make things better, which is really cool. It made us focus on that. So on that April day, we all started working on different formulas, different recipes to get to the same destination. So let's take an example. I'm so sorry about the time. If we're going to go from here to New York, we can take the space shuttle. Bang! We can take a Delta jet. We can take a little one-winged airplane. We can take the train. We can take a car. We can take a bus. We can take a bicycle. We can Forrest Gump walk our way up there, you know. So there are many ways to get to that destination, and we will achieve success in that destination by picking one of those. Our current Optimum coffee is a space shuttle. You take it and you're like, holy cow, I'm joining the company. They're selling crack, you know. So it's they're not selling that. There's none of that stuff in there. It's not the idea is you really feel it. A lot of people have said, you know, I only got to take half a cup. It's really too much. If you guys know anything about like lawnmowers or whatever, you can take ether, which is this really highly concentrated combustible fuel, and I can spray ether in the carburetor, and that's going to help that engine start, and it gets it started, and then the gasoline takes over. So the original Optimum kind of was that ether approach. But all we need is the gasoline. We can calm it down a little bit and get to our destiny, but give it through that 4 and 5 hour. I want appetite suppression. I want an improved mood, right? I want natural energy, and I don't want that jitters. And the PEA that's in there gives us that first spike, that bang, that wow. And then these other ingredients, like 5-HTP from Griffonia seed, enhances that feeling of fullness and works on the brain. And phenylalanine is different than phenylethylalamine, so you get a little confused as you go through there. But you can look up these ingredients, and they're on the jar. It's the same thing that you see in the coffee ingredients. So the energy ingredients are the coffee, caffeine, green tea extract, full spectrum cocoa extract. There's a very unique patented process to extract the polyphenols out of the cocoa that are the satiety nutrients. So we've added that. We've added dynamine, a patented and researched compound. The dynamine is from a kucha tea extract, very similar to a caffeine type of molecule, but works directly on the brain for sustained energy without the jitters. So these are all polyphenol plant-based extracts. Plus we add L-theanine, a natural amino acid, so you don't want those caffeine jitters. So this is the kind of thing you take 1 or 2 a day. The patented and trademark nutrients are going to be on the bottle, and there's research studies. So you're going to metabolize fat into energy by using these nutrients, beta-exosterone and methyloxyisoflavone. This goes back to 1977, and I'll summarize this real quick to get through this for you. But these two ingredients work synergistically together for protein synthesis. The study that they did back in the early 70s, when patients took those two, when athletes took those two, they had a 10% increase in muscle mass by taking the product within 30 days. It was amazing. And so the company sold it, patents, to a pharmaceutical company, and they put it on the shelf for 22 years. And now it's off patent, and other companies are making it. And we want to convert muscle into fat. Now we've got it, and nobody else is using it in the coffees. It's really cool. So this is a different approach. We want to take the fat, if you will. Muscle weighs more than fat, but we want to give the body the tools to convert that fat that we have into something productive, which is muscle, and muscle weighs more. So don't watch your scale, watch your trim line, watch your muscle build. As we age, our muscles fall off. So it's really important, and don't just sit there and say, I took coffee and I lost 15 pounds and I didn't do anything, I sat on my butt. You know, ask not what your coffee can do for you, but what you can do with your coffee, right? I have the energy now, maybe I'll clean the house and my wife will like me better, you know? When you go to the grocery store, don't pull right next to get the guy's wheelchair out of the way. I'm parking right next to that thing. Move, you bastard. And then walk right to the store. Thank you. Where's the sodas, you know? Go park over there where they're not going to dent your car and Forrest Gump your butt into the grocery store and take advantage of that opportunity in life. Really, get motivated. You know, a body in motion tends to stay in motion. You want that energy happening. Keep it going. We still have the Vaso 6, which is a fabulous patented ingredient. Now, when you don't have a constrictive action, you have not Viagra. What's the word? I can't think of not that word. But the nitric oxide production, what happens with vasodilation is it improves circulation. Increased circulation also promotes oxygenation at the blood level and at the brain level. These things become chaperone molecules for nutrient delivery to get all of the nutrients that you're taking, not only in the coffee, but in your other supplements, to get them where they need to go to the cellular level. All of this enhances your metabolic performance. You need all of that. So it uses a green tea catechin extract. You've heard of green tea and you've heard of catechins. These are super antioxidants. Vasodilation, all the way to the microcapillaries, is essential, especially for ladies with those little tiny microveins and the fingers and the hands and the face. When you can get more oxygenation and circulation, you will create more subtle skin. Hair, skin, and nails are a result of that. With the more product, hair, skin, and nails are a result of that. The two of them taken together, you'll have vasodilation, mineralization, oxygenation, pH, and circulation. Work them together as a team. So it's a whole body nutrient. So what does the product do? It still does what it always did. It's better, it has more ingredients. It costs a lot more money. I said, Dave, it's going to cost a lot more money to do this. These are patented ingredients. These are research ingredients. This stuff is effective. You feel the stuff. We've been sending out samples, and everybody loves it, and the taste is great, and it's more money. I'm not paying a dime more. I'm not raising the price. I'm not changing anything. But the people in China are charging me 22%. I'll kick their, I'll go try and go jump. He says, I'm going to call Donald Trump and I'll get him to drop the tariffs, but they got to teach him a lesson first. They're screwing our country. All right, Dave, keep the price the same. I'm serious, Ronnie. You're a great guy, dude, but talking to you is like herding kittens. Hey, Hey, Dave, what are you talking about? Dave, come on, over here. I just need the price of the product. You got a label and stuff like that? Dave, you're talking about that. I was in boxing for 12 years. I kicked everybody. Hey, Dave, come on over here. You should see the sports cards. I bought every single one on planet Earth. I own every single card in the whole. Dave, what's the measurement of the label? I got a baseball bat. Now, I found this baseball bat. I sound like John, you know. Dave, stop drinking the coffee. So it does all that stuff, and it works, and it's fun, and the product does do what the brand promises to do: mood, appetite, energy. It's nutrition-infused coffee, and we did the same thing with the cocoa, and the cocoa tastes great. No artificial flavors, no artificial sweeteners, no sucralose, none of those gut bacteria killing sugars and glyconutrients that ruin us. You know there's 450 million cups of coffee a day consumed in the United States alone? 450 million cups a day. We're only like, who, Valenta, what? We're just getting started. It's going to be huge. It's really going to be huge. Because you walk up to a person, you go, what are you getting out of your cup of coffee? Well, I got a little bit of energy, and I pee. So you get coffee, and it tastes good. Yeah, it tastes good, and I get energy and I pee. Okay. What if you taste good, you got energy, and maybe pee, and but what if all these other health conditions? What if your body gets in metabolic balance, has vasodilation, has cellular energy, has cellular nutrition, performs to make you feel satiety that promotes weight loss? Why don't you take that same $1.67 that you're spending, if you're spending that much, go to Starbucks, and bucks is the key, and buy our coffee. What is it, $1.75? It's like, it's nothing. And you share an experience, and they come back. And they repeat the experience, and they stay there. And their life changes, and they share. And this is the residual program of residual wellness that is more important than residual wealth. And the wealth will be a side effect. I underline the U.S. because it's us that's going to do that in Valentas. Thank you very much. Here is the very first new bottle off the line. Got a B on it from the beginning. It's the very first one. Your warehouse is full of it now.
Please welcome to the stage